Greetings, y'all. It's Matt from the Green Arcade. I'm back playing some more Farming Simulator 25. Maybe. There we are. We're back. It's bean time. We're going to Bean Town. We're gonna harvest some beans. All right. So, matter of fact, I need to double check to make sure that my title. I always forget this. I never remember it. Make sure that that's correct. I could be wrong. Stream info. Yes, Riverbend Springs 4X by Stevie. That's where we want to be. Okay. So we will detach from that. And we'll attach to that. Good morning, Twitchy. Good morning, Fuzzy. How's it going? I think we'll start down here at this other end. You notice anything different about the area? There might be a few less trees. And I'm just noticing there's buildings over there. That's what it looks like. Looks like buildings over there anyway. Maybe? I don't know. It kind of looks like buildings over there, doesn't it? Oh, wait. That's equipment. Never mind. That's equipment over there. I'm like, wait a minute. When did they build those buildings? Yeah, where are the trees? So if you watched any of the exclusive YouTube videos this week, I started removing some trees. Mainly around this kind of northern section. Northern hemisphere? Northern side of the map. So yeah. Started working on that. Today we're going to cut the beans. Oh, you know what? I need to set up my thing. I'll do 3. I think I can not show the lines. I think I'll be okay. We're going pretty much clockwise around the field, so. What? Here we go. I don't know why it said that. Do we have straw on this? No. So there's no soybean straw. That's okay though. We'll be fine. Yep. This is version 1004. He released this sometime yesterday. Fixes a few things. No new save required, thank goodness. So, cut some trees and then we bought some equipment too. Got a new crone baler with the silage additive tank. Bought the bale wrapper. Got the rear Kong mower to go with the front Kong mower. And then bought a bale trailer. Bought the autoload bale trailer. So we've got that. Trying to remember if there's anything else that we bought. We did buy the 12 meter-ish Vaderstad cultivator. We bought a plow. I think that's about it. I'm trying to remember if we bought anything else. I think that's it. Here comes Fuzzy. He's coming in. See how that load time is, Fuzzy, with all these trees gone now. Being a 4X map, it may be a little rough. Maybe a little long. Morning, Jeff. Well, that wasn't too bad. That was actually pretty quick. Maybe I didn't cut enough trees. Don't worry, there will be more. Good morning, Yeti. How's it going? We got a couple of fields of beans up here. And then I think what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and go into winter. Because I have 2 Brooks chippers that are full. And I may just go ahead and sell some wood chips. Go ahead and get those sold and try to pay our loan back down. I don't even remember how much loan we've got out. We're up to 1.9. So yeah, I didn't do any contracts in October. These beans were not ready in October, so I'm gonna say these are late beans. Yeah, these were not ready till November 1st, so I didn't do any contracts in October. I woke up with the notion that these beans were going to be ready in October, and that's, you know, what they say when you assume, so. We do have some bales to pick up and wrap up here. Need to probably wrap them first. Yeah, go ahead and wrap them if you want to. I think the 6R's on the wrapper there. They're everywhere. There's a ton of bales down that row right there where all the tractors are parked. There's some that go north and south on this row over here beside me. There's some that go east and west on that southern part down there that the truck's sitting on. There's some down on the east end that goes north and south. And I think that's it. The rest of the grass that is mobile that we own had trees on it at the time. And I focused on getting the trees cut and cleared just so we would have those areas available to mow. Because I mean, let's face it, mowing the grass, it's money on the ground because you can wrap the silage bales and wait for them to ferment and then sell the silage. And I kept the John Deere baler. We're just gonna repurpose the John Deere baler for like a straw baler. And then the Krone baler is what we will bale the grass with because it has the silage additive with it. So it increases the yield slightly. Used to be 5%. I don't know if it still is or not. But apparently the balers with the rakes on the front end, I did not realize those were real things. I've never seen one in real life, but apparently that is a real thing. They have them on case balers. They have them on Krone balers. I mean, they probably have them on pretty much every brand. That is a real thing. They have those rakes on the front. So, little did you know. The more you know. Do 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 do. Is that still a command over on John's channel? There used to be a command for the more you know. And he had like I think he had like a star going. If I remember right, he had that. It was like the more you know, and the star would like fly over and leave a rainbow. I know there's a rainbow. Maybe that's it. I don't know. I'm trying to think back to the last time we saw it. Been a while. I just don't know if it's still there or not. I'll have to ask him if that one's still in there. Might not be. I don't know. I know he's been busy working on his lights. So he took the old light pictures out from that. I always like looking at his Christmas lights. I wonder if he has a count on his Christmas lights. How many does he have? I think I'm officially retired from doing Christmas lights. My top number of Christmas lights was 30,000. Yeah, that's more than Clark W. Griswold. That was my top number that I had. That's still a command? Okay, what is the command? I don't even remember the command. Is there a place where you can go? Is there like a place where you can find like a list of all the commands? I don't even remember them all. I know there was a lot, and I'm sure he's gotten rid of some of them, but I don't even remember them all. The more you know. Do 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 do. Oh, is it Rainbow? Okay. I remember us doing that one recently. So I guess that's it. The more you know. Morning, Adam. It's going good. How you doing? The sounds of harvest. Oh, does the compost mixer produce methane? Okay, cool. How do you, what goes in the compost mixer? I have not researched any of this. What goes in there? I'm assuming probably manure. And maybe some type of, I don't know, maybe some type of crop or something. I would say maybe manure or slurry. Or maybe like digestate or something. Something of that nature. Maybe silage. I don't know. Grass, hay, straw, manure. Okay, so I was right on one of them. So grass, hay, straw, and manure. Guess that means we need to buy some straw type fields. Alfalfa and alfalfa hay. Okay. Yep, we need to get that rolling probably. Need to get a lot of that stuff rolling. Kind of delve into it. We'll get these chips sold and get through the winter here and look into that. I know I was gonna invest in a tedder, but you know we've got a dryer down there too. We got a lot of stuff. I gotta go through the list again. There is a dryer down there that we can put just grass into, so. And don't worry about running in short on grass, cause we got the grass. Everything the chicken touches is our kingdom. There's a lot. That's actually river right there though. But yeah, there's a lot of grass around a lot of these fields. So, and I haven't gone through and cleared a lot of the trees yet. I think I stopped over here somewhere. So I've cleared the trees from here on the fields that we own all the way over to right here, I think. And I think there might be still a row of trees right there, and maybe going up that way. But there's still a good cluster of trees there, and then yeah, we're good. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. We don't have to worry, about not having enough trees or, my goodness, we got so many trees. All of them need manure and straw. So I guess that means we need to get our cows up to par. so that we can have the manure. Actually, you know, I need to look and see, do we need to build a manure heap? I know most of the time you have to build like the manure heap. I haven't even looked at that. I've basically just neglected the animals and been working on everything else, grass, trees, contracts, mostly contracts. I mean, we've been doing a lot of contracts. That's what's bought most of the equipment that we have now is the contracts. That and a little bit of loan. Wonder what runs the dryer. Is that methane too? I bet it all runs on methane. Methane and methane accessories. Hoping I can finish this field before I have to unload. I think I will. Not a big field. But it will be. Plow all these together. I think we still need to buy the last one down there. Yeah. Buy that one. And then maybe buy that one, because this one is kind of in line with those. Yep. All of the recipe productions need manure and straw. Okay, so we need... Well, I wonder, does that include the haymaking one, the grass drying one? Because to feed the cows, you gotta have... We may still have to invest in a tedder. Because to make the silage for them, you gotta have... Or, well, to make the mixed rations, you gotta have silage, hay, straw, and I think that thing takes mineral feed. That's something that, you know, we built over on Kinlake, but haven't gotten going yet. I think it's required to put the mineral feed in there. Even though technically it doesn't require it. But I think to make the robot go, it has to have mineral feed. Alright. We're halfway there. Whoa. Alright, I'm gonna pull this forward just a bit. I'll pull under this and fill the truck up. Move the truck. Of all the trees, this one little tree, we don't own that one little tree right there on the corner. I guess technically it does sit in the kind of grass area over here. I'm gonna park right here because I can just kind of cut through there. All right. Back to the combine. I'm assuming this field will take the same. Yep. Nope, that's not right. Ain't that going straight? There, now it's going straight. I don't know, sometimes that does that. It's weird. Because you know you're on the line, but when you activate the thing, it will actually hold to a curved line, either in the field or out of the field. Weird, I've never seen it lock onto a curved line before. Sometimes it does. This will be a decent size field. I mean, just starting out, just this kind of center part here. I mean, you look at how long it would be. You get that field down there, and then you got that one, the canola there that we harvested, this bean field, that spelt field, and then that bean field. And then if we get that other one down there that actually kind of goes down to the highway, you can tie all these together and even expand them out a little bit. That would be a decent sized field. I mean, you look at the size of it. It doesn't look that big on the map, but it's a decent size. And then you think about, you know, how big that looks on the map, and then you get all the fields around it and you turn this all into one big field. Man, it's gonna be huge. Okay, it's gonna be beautiful, believe me. We're gonna build a wall, billions and billions of acres of corn. I don't know if he says corn like that. I don't know how he would say corn. Billions and billions. We're gonna build a wall. Good, there's no weeds over here either. These were pretty, looks like they were sprayed. You know, our fields, we plow our fields so they don't even get to the mature stage of weed growth. So obviously these fields were sprayed with herbicide at some point. Yeah, all those trees. I kind of like that. I kind of like having, you know, being able to buy that area, you know, all the in-betweens on the map, and being able to cut the grass, cut the trees. So this will be the third pass on the south side. So they minted the last of the US pennies yesterday. And the last 5 pennies that they minted, they're going to auction those off to collectors or whoever wants to buy them. And they're saying that they are going to probably sell for like millions and millions of dollars for like the last 5 pennies that were minted. So the penny, as of yesterday, is no more. Kind of curious as to how that will work. I guess they're gonna round everything to the nearest 5 cents. But how do they round it? Do they round up, or do they round it down? It's like you may end up paying more for things if they round it a certain way, or you may end up paying less for things if they round it a certain way. So say you owe, let's say you owe $1.96. Are they going to round that down to $1.95? Or let's say you owe $1.97. Are they going to round that down to $1.95, or are they going to just go ahead and round it up to $2? If they round it up to $2, you'll pay more for it. If they round it down, the 2 or 3 cents. I guess maybe it depends on what it comes out to. I would say if it's $1.96.97, round it down maybe. But if it goes to I don't know. How are they going to do that? Because that would mean if you use that logic, if it came out to like $1.96 and $1.97, logic would say round it down. But if it comes out to $1.98, $1.99, round it up. But then if they do that with all the stuff that you buy, let's say everything you bought on your list came out to something that they had to round up 2 cents. That means you're paying 2 cents more per item. Is that what they're going to do? Are they actually going to change the price? That would be tricky, because you would have to adjust the price where it would come out to an even 5 increment. So it'd have to be 0 at the end or 5 at the end. And then, it depends on where you're at. Not just state by state, but, probably city by city, in some cases county by county, because the taxes are different. Gonna have to completely change across the board, I guess, of how they, what price they charge for stuff if they do it that way. Are you finding them all, Fuzzy? They're out there. There's a lot of places they're out there. I think mainly they're over in this kind of vicinity, though. I'm trying to remember if I mowed anywhere else. I think I've only mowed over here. Like around these fields. Think you found them all? Yeah, if it's there, where's 82 and 83 at? 82, there's 82, there's 83, yeah. If you want to bail that, I may have just forgot to go back and do it. Is that the wind making that sound? Yep, that's the wind making that sound. It is super windy again. Oh man, and it's super windy and the leaves are going nuts. The leaves are just, I'm looking at my driveway out front and it is just, there are leaves everywhere. Guess I'm gonna have to dig my leaf blower out. I'll have to watch around my outside unit, air unit out there too, because they like to gather around that thing. Get my battery charged up. Have an electric blower. It's a DeWalt. Very handy little thing. And now I have leaf filter. I had them come and install leaf filter on my gutters. So I don't have to climb a ladder anymore. I don't have to worry about the gutters getting clogged. I should be good to go there. I can just sit back and watch the rain. I've been thinking about getting me a rocking chair for the front porch. Just put a little rocking chair out there. Where do you buy rocking chairs at? I guess you can probably get them like at, I know you can get them at Cracker Barrel. You can get them at maybe, I don't know, maybe like Home Depot or something like that. I don't know, I've never seen them there, but I would assume you could probably get them there. I don't need anything really, you know, expensive. Wonder if I can order them online, if I can find one. Well, it would have to be assembly required if you ordered it online, I'm assuming. Let's see, who's got rocking chairs? You know, I'm older now. It only makes sense for me to invest in a rocking chair. I do own a banjo, so um, oh, Walmart's got a Black Friday deal on you can get 2 of them. That might actually work out good. I could do 2. Kind of balance things out. Wonder if those come in different. That's not really a great Black Friday deal though. That's only like a little bit off. Guess I need to shop around. Whoa, see, it's doing that thing again. What is it doing? What is it doing? What is he doing? Where's he going? Oh, is maybe that the thin line? That might be the thin line. Let's see, 1, 2. Okay, yeah, that's probably the thin line because there's supposed to be 3 passes on the outside, and I didn't do the second and third pass. So the next pass should be a full pass. Crazy how it calculates that. I guess it would make sense to put the thin line on the inside rather than on the outside of the field, because if you put the thin line on the outside, your hired worker might end up trying to cut it with half your header in the field and half your header out of the field. And if you have any trees or vehicles or anything on the outside of the field, then it might hit it. So it makes sense for them to do it that way. I wonder, those are Black Friday deals. I wonder if I can pick those up locally somewhere. Like in store and not have to order them. Alright, done with the beans. Got them all. Yeah, Fuzzy, if you want to run that down to our farm, after I get this offloaded into it. Alright. I'm just going to park this up here. I'll go ahead and put the header on the trailer. I love that those snap on there now. Never could get those things on there just right. They snap and lock on. Alright, I'll just park that there for now. So we'll shut that off. Let me go get this guy. If you're taking the ferry, wait for me. I'm headed that way. Yeah, I mowed a lot. I cut a lot of grass. And there's still grass out there to be cut that I haven't even touched. So... Oh, it's like a control bell? Yeah, I typically like to do that. I like to take the last bale that we wrapped, because if we fast time a lot or sleep a lot, which we're going to do here shortly, that way we know if that bale has fermented, we know all the other bales have fermented. Yeah, see, we got a ton of grass on the edge of this field that I never touched. This is where all these trees were here. And then there's a few more trees over there that I haven't cut. Oh, let's see. Is this the road I need to be on? I guess it'll take me somewhere. Well, the road to nowhere leads to me. Yep, this is the road I need to be on. I know where I am now. Boy, look at that fence spawning in. See that? Changing colors. Are y'all seeing this on stream? Yeah. That's weird. A little bit of texture lag, paint lag or something. Gotta remember, this tractor will roll. The in-game 8R doesn't roll. This one will roll, so I gotta be careful. You can see it tilting there as I turn. Alright, let's go. I like how it's always foggy around the lower river bottom kind of areas here. It's a little vibrating on this ferry going across the river. I don't know if it's that way on your screen, Fuzzy, but this thing sure does like vibrate really bad. Going across on the ferry. All right. There's the Central Cafe. Have to come back and get me some pancakes and sausage and maybe some bacon and eggs. Pretty much a grand slam breakfast. Really sad about Denny's too. You guys hear about that? Denny's, they have pretty much, it sounds like that the nail is in their coffin. They are sought to be, I guess the real technical term maybe would be like liquidated. They're going to be acquired, and most likely that's going to be the end of Denny's. They're probably going to like liquidate all their assets, and yeah, that's going to be it. So Denny's probably sometime next year, or maybe the year after that, will probably be no more. It's very sad news. I always loved going to Denny's, whether it be for the Grand Slam breakfast or for steak and eggs. Just, you know, the whole atmosphere of Denny's. The smell of coffee, you know, and it's just one of those traditional American diners, you know. Every time I watch the Santa Claus, I'll always, you know, remember back to Denny's, because you know they go to eat at Denny's when he burns the turkey. All right, so I'm actually gonna go over to the house. Put the beans in the silo. Yeah, I think you drive in between right there. I think that's where I put the canola and the spelt. I think they're in here. Yeah, we've got, well, we've got stuff in here. Stevie starts you off with stuff in here. I didn't realize that. Hang on. No? Yeah. He starts you off with a little bit. He starts you off with 60,000 of wheat, 60,000 of straw. We did the spelt, and we're dumping the beans in there now. And then we've got a little bit of canola. Oh, he starts you out with some grass too. Huh. Did not know that. Okay. I wonder, I need to go look at the cows and see, where are the cows? Are they over here? Is there a manure heap somewhere? And do we have to build one? Maybe we have to build one? I don't know. With it being a Stevie map, you never know. There's the pigs. There's a slurry storage over here by the pigs. We do have some chickens. We have 10 chickens and 1 rooster. We have 15 little piglets. And then it looks like we got 15 cows. We have a sheep barn, but we don't have any sheep. I'm gonna say I don't see a manure heap around here anywhere. There's this. This is where you get the slurry. Where would we... There's no place to really put one, though. Where would you put a manure heap for the cows? There's not a lot of room over here. I guess you could probably build it right here. Actually, you know what? This actually kind of looks like it's etched out maybe for that. Put one right here. Morning, Tomcat. How's it going? Again, unless there's like a trigger somewhere that Stevie's got somewhere that's special for that, and you don't have to have a manure heap for some reason. I would think you would. I say we probably need to build one right here. There's like a little leveled out spot right there. So let's see. I haven't checked sales today. Nothing really great. We'll build a manure heap. Come on, load. Oi. Let's see. That probably need to go down to animals. No. Why? No, those are probably under silos, right? Yeah, there it is. So there's the manure heap. Don't think Stevie has one in here, but I'll look. There's a manure heap. That's from the Highlands thing, though. Wonder what... That holds 735,000. What does the in-game one hold? Oh, that holds 4 million. Okay, so I know which one we're probably going to build over. Not the Highlands one. There's a liquid manure and digestate storage by Stevie. Okay, there is a manure heap. And it holds 8 million. This is by Stevie. Is this already on the farm somewhere? Need to make sure before I build that. Looks like it's got a red roof on it. I need to go through and see which... There were 2 placeable packs that he had on there. Let's say probably this one. So it looks like that. Is this anywhere on the farm already? Yeah, put that in the dryer. Do we need manure to do that, Fuzzy? That's a vehicle storage right there. Got a silage bunker back here. We got greenhouses. I do not see a manure heap anywhere. So I'm going to say I probably need to build this. How much is that? 20,000. When do you know I'll be short? Let me put, actually, you know what? I got to get out of this anyway, so let me... I guess I'll take a little more loan out real quick to do that. Did he start us with any straw? Yes, so we do have straw. So we need to give the cows, I guess, straw directly for them to start producing manure, because they have to have straw to do manure. What all did he start us with? Did he give us a... You know what? Let me go down here and look, because he may have started us with some silage too. There's a little bit of milk in there. There is mineral feed here. Somewhere. There's pig food here. So we can feed our animals pretty much to start out. Yes, there is silage. We've got a little slurry. Oh, there's actually some total mixed rations. Where's all this stuff at? I know it's not in the robot. Is it over here in this silo? Pull your trailer under here, Fuzzy. And see, unless that stuff's over here, maybe. Which one does the total mixed rations? There's the mineral feed. It says it's empty. That's empty. That's the lime. Where is it back here? I'm gonna say it's... they might be in that main silo. It looks like everything... Oh boy, there's a save. It looks like everything back here is empty. Except for the grass bin now. So, yeah, bring your truck and trailer over here. Unless it's in this thing. Man, there's so much stuff around here. What is this? Oh, is this where you... I think this is where you can get some herbicide and stuff. Right? Is that what that looks like? That's fertilizer. Maybe this is like a liquid fert thing. How do you know? It says supplies. I'm gonna say that's probably liquid fert and maybe herbicide. Bring your truck over here to the main silo and see if you can get the other stuff out of here. I'm gonna say this is probably where it's at, because I see straw. When I walk up to this, it says 60,000 straw, 60,000 silage. Yeah, this is where it's at. It's in this main silage thing, or main silo. Where do we need to do that? I guess we need to do the straw. Right? See what all's in here. Wheat. Yeah, there's wheat in here. There's our canola. There's our soybeans. So we ended up with almost 60,000 soybeans. Oh, you can put green beans and rice in here, and peas, and oh, you can do spinach in here. Oh, sugar cane. Oh, we can put wood chips in here. Of course, I think it's probably more logical to keep them in the brooks. There's the silage. I've done totally forgot what I was gonna do. You can put grass and hay in here, straw. There's the straw. Alright, so that's where all that's at. There's the pig food. You can put the compost in here, iron ore, chaff. There is the mineral feed. Oh man, you can put onions in here too. All the dried stuff. Man, this is like literally like a multi silo. Oh, you can do olives in here? Wow, he's really, yeah. Alfalfa hay, poppy. Okay, you can store manure in here. So if you wanted to move it from the heap over here, you could do that, I guess. You can put stones in there. Wood pallets, dried maize, which is dried corn. Road salt. Spelt, there's our spelt. Oh, you can put grapes in here. We got a place to store grape and stuff. You can do seeds in here, and then we have he put his own onions in here, so we have the red onion in here. There's the TMR right there. So I guess what I'll do is go ahead and feed them the TMR. Yeah, it literally does. It holds everything, apparently. So I'm going to go ahead and give the cows the TMR. And then I'm going to take the straw over there to them too, I guess. So that we can get them... Gotta get them pooping. So... let's see. I should be able to go in here and feed them. Yes. Yes. Alright, so let's feed the cows. Give them the TMR. Whoa. That sounded like a semi-truck hot rod. I don't know what that was, but man, it was so loud, like it felt like thunder. Maybe it was the Thunder Road. Alright, so that was the TMR. Now I gotta go back and find the straw. Be nice if these were alphabetical, but they're not. We can put green beans and peas in here. Got a place to store them. We do have the silage. Wonder if I should get the robot thing going. Uh-oh. Am I still alive? I lost Fuzzy. Fuzzy, no. Yeah, I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna load this silage up. Because we're gonna have more. I think I can dump this directly in that thing over there. And then we have mineral feed in here too, so we can actually get our first glimpse at this, at least my first glimpse at it. Oh, if I could learn how to back up. I might have been better just to drive around the thing. I'll still have to back up to it, won't I? Alright, I'm assuming since this is loose, I can just back up there. Yeah, right there. I'll put that in there. Then I guess I'll put the straw in there. We don't really need to dry anything right now anyway. Straw. There's grass. No grass. There's the straw. Do we have hay in there? We don't have hay yet. Maybe that's the one thing we don't have in there. Do we have to turn that on? Oh, is that under productions probably? Where is that at? That's the dryer. There it is. Yes, no, no. Yes. So we want to leave that as storing, right? So that we can get it out of there. Is it labeled? Placeable grass dryer. Yeah, it's labeled. Okay. So we'll leave that as storing. So I'll start that. It's weird that you don't need any methane for that. What does that run off? Electricity, maybe? I don't know. But yeah, we can go ahead and start drying some grass there and make some hay. Oh, here he comes. Yeah. Okay, so we're drying the hay. Let me dump the straw in there. Oh boy, I cannot back up. Okay, there's the trigger for the straw. And then this last one is the hay. And then we do have mineral feed. Let me go grab that. Wonder how much hay you have to have actually in there. Okay, mineral feed. Okay, there's no hay in here, right? No hay. Mineral feed. Mineral feed. There's the pig food. Need to do that. Mineral feed right there. But it seems like the things that we need to make are silage. Okay, that took all of that. Let me get the pig food and feed the pigs. I like that he put his little tank down there too. There's pig food. He put his little water tank down here. I put one of these over on Judith Plains at all the other productions where we needed water. Like the soy milk, you know, and the beer and stuff like that. Oh, there's a save. It's not where you give them food? Oh, there it is. Alright, so we got them pig food. Need to go ahead and build the manure heap. We're gonna have to start doing some crops that do straw, so we'll need to start probably doing all the straw crop stuff. Alright, that is storing. I think I'm just gonna go park this up here and then we'll... Let me go ahead and get that manure heap built so we'll have it ready. Guess I could buy some straw bales. I dumped all the straw into that thing over there. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave that right there. Let me take a little money out to get that. And we want to build that right over here. Because, I mean, it kind of fits in there almost perfect. I can line it up just right, not hit the fence. I am going to have to turn on the free floating mode, maybe? Free placeable mode. Here we go. Alright, we got a manure heap. So then we'll get a tanker and back in here and get our milk. Yeah, that's not too bad. We might have a little poopage leaking out the back. But I think we're okay. I can probably fix that. Do a little filling in work. Raise and lower. I can get down in there. Yeah, kind of like that. Can I make that smaller? Nope, can't make that smaller. So let me just... That might be enough. Almost enough. I'll go out and look at the outside. Today on this old house... Wonder if I could raise it up back here. Let me raise it up back here. Right on the corner there. I think that's all I got. That might do it though. Won't let me raise that anymore, but yeah, I think that'll be enough. Enough to keep the poop in anyway. Dude, that pig just hollered. That scared the you-know-what out of me. It sounded like a human screaming. Alright, so we've got silage, we've got straw, we need hay in there, we've got mineral feed. Yeah, we're gonna need some straw. May have to buy some straw bales eventually. Alright, I guess we will sleep for a day and see where we sit. I'm gonna drink some Dr. Pepper. Ain't anything on sale. I hate to even go and look because, you know, everything's so expensive. Nothing great. Alright, how much hay do we have? We've got plenty of hay. So Fuzzy, if you want to grab the truck and... This is where we probably could use a trailer. And like a little farm tractor. After we sell the wood chips, we'll probably invest in another farm tractor. Like something small, like a little utility tractor. Just, it doesn't have to be huge. Do we have any Stevie tippers in here? I don't know if I put any Stevie tippers in here. There might be a few here. We got that one, and that one. Don't think we'd need a whole lot. Looks like those hold, and honestly, we could probably just use a truck. That might be where that truck and trailer get the cab over trucks. Just use them around the farm. Yeah, dump that over at the cows over here. See if we can get this robot going. I don't think they're full on TMR. I gave them a little bit. Yeah, they're not full. Alright, how do you make the robot go? Love the new map. Do I have to press a button? Oh wait, his light's blinking. Hang on, maybe he's fixing to go. Yeah, his light is blinking. Oh, is it every hour? Can I fast time and see if that... I want to see him go. Let's go to 9 o'clock. Moo. Alright, there he goes. Yeah, you're right. It's every hour. Oh boy. Okay, there he goes. He's going that way. Fill up with a little bit of this silage. Alright. And he'll fill up with a little bit of that straw. Fill up with a pinch of this and a dash of that. I need one of these for my kitchen. Put like all the ingredients, like salt and pepper and sugar and a little bit of mineral feed. And then he can just dump it into a crock pot and, you know. Okay, and then he's gonna go in there and feed our cows. That makes this so much easier. You don't have to have the forage mixing wagon. You can just have this guy do it. He should dump right in here, maybe somewhere. Maybe? No? Are you gonna dump? Is he gonna dump? Oh, he's got to turn around. Hang on. Now he's dumping. Will he run me over? Yep. Trying to push me out of the way. That is so cool. So will he keep filling until they're full, or will, I wonder, is he going to turn around and come back again? Do we have more stuff in there? Yeah, there's more stuff in there. So he only feeds them every hour then. I guess whatever his maximum capacity is. 'Cause he didn't fill them up. I guess it's up to us to keep this thing full out here so that when he feeds them every hour, they have enough to survive, basically. Okay. Cool beans. Alright, so we'll shut that off, and I'm gonna sleep again. I think I'll go ahead and try to get us to wood chip selling time. Check the sales. Yeah. So is he feeding them again? Yep. He's already filling up. That's awesome. Here. Shut that off for now. Yeah, we're gonna need some more straw. We may just have to buy some. Buy some straw bales. Yeah, I put it all in there. And it's snowing. I might have to put my coat on. Can you still buy bales? Yep, there's some straw bales. How much are bales? So for 8 bales, that's 11 grand 808. Bales are expensive. Yeah, if you want to go collect those, go ahead and do that. I guess what I need to do is just get us to the point where we don't have to take any more loan out, especially to buy the bales. I gotta put my coat on though, because it's freezing out here. Alright. Sleep again. Need to go to the wood chip prices and see how they look. I'm assuming the sawmill is still down southeastish. Gotta find myself. No, it is not down there. Where is the sawmill then? Is that it? No, that's the ranch. Or maybe that is the sawmill. Hang on. Yeah, there's the sawmill. Oh, U.S. Custom by Stevie. Ooh, the sawmill has been Stevie-fied. There's no one. Right. Is that a grass roller? Oh, that's the... No, that's a land roller. Never mind. Wood chips. Oh, actually, those prices are not bad. Wait, what economy are we on? Should be on normal, no? Yeah. We're on normal economic difficulty. I was on wood chips, right? Wood chips. Yeah. Those prices are not bad. That's... Huh? The land is covered in snow and all the bales are white. That happens. I'm guessing these are Stevie-fied prices. Looks like peak is 1,500 maybe. I think I'm gonna like it here. Marcy's Grain Tower. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and go to January because it still looks like the second day in January. It's gonna be the peak pricing for wood chips, even though they are higher now. I wonder, is that a Stevie thing or is that a Giants thing? Did they raise the prices with the 14 update and I just didn't notice it? Or is that just a Stevie thing? Maybe it's just a Stevie thing. We'll go into January. think we hit a save right there in the middle of that sleep. So we are in January now. Says the top price down there on the graph is $15.78. You can never trust that thing though. Still think the second day in January probably be the best time. Those prices are not bad though. Marcy's Grain Tower. I gotta find Marcy's Grain Tower. That seems like a good place to go sell some stuff. Man, it's really windy. It's like really roaring outside here. Marcy's Grain Tower. Let's go find that. It's right there. So it's just up from the Grocer Y. It's kind of up the hill there. Let's go one more day. Get into January 2nd and see if that price is better. That was $16.39. Oh, well, you can still see the tag down there in the bottom left corner. Morning, Captain Lucas. How's it going? All right, let's check those prices. So Marcy's, yeah, that she went up. 16.27. $16.54. 24. Just looking to see if any of them are higher. Nope. Looks like we're going to Marcy's Grain Tower up yonder. Alright. Let me grab the tractor. Sell this beautiful wood chip footage. And let's see, is that it right there? It's on that side of the road. So it's not behind the gas station, it's actually behind the general store. Is that where we sell it, or is it around here? It says it's in there. Gotta be that out back then, right? Because you can't actually get in there. Nothing else on there. let me remove the tag because I know this is where I'm supposed to be. Yeah, that's gotta be it. So it's this one over here. Well, I'm out of Dr. Pepper, so you know what that means. Time for the orange soda. We're making the money. So there's our loan, pretty much. We can pay that back. I'll go ahead and start that now since that's always such a long process. Actually got up to 2 million building that manure heap. There's money in wood chips on Riverbend Springs 4X by Stevie. Just saying. Wow, look at our cash. It's going up faster than I can pay the loan back. We'll get this loan paid back. Probably be able to buy some land and more equipment and oh, my thumb is getting tired. Gotta switch to my index finger. All right, loan is paid back, and we've got $3 million. Ooh. So let's see, we need straw bales. I'm just gonna go start buying stuff. Ooh. How many bales does that trailer hold, Fuzzy? I can't remember. Is it like 32 bales? Something like that. So 8. We'll do another 8. So that's 16. So we'll do another 8. And then we'll do another 8. I think it holds 62. Oh, 44. So I can buy another 8. Alright, we got straw. Weird that the chips don't really look like wood chips coming out of there. Almost looks like Hershey's chocolate syrup coming out of there. That's weird. Dun 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 dun. There's a good screenshot right there. good one. Let's say the rear one's gonna be done first. Wow, we got $7.5 million. I don't think I need any more Brooks chippers. I think we're fine. We'll be okay. All right. I don't think that's a Giants thing. I think that's the Stevie price. Yeah, if it'll let you put, yeah, if it'll let you put them in there. Yeah, see if you can put them in the silo. That way we can just move it to where it needs to go loose, I guess. Let me move. Oh God! Oh no! Yep. See, I told y'all this tractor rolls. Oh man! All right. But you know, it's a good thing I ate my Wheaties this morning. I have mind control. See, mind control. There we go. Oh. Alright. Let me just park this out of the way for now. Shut the engine off. Let me move the truck. Hercules, Hercules, Hercules. Yep. Some of the kids might not know what movie that's from. It's a movie from, I guess, back in our day. It's hard to picture it that way, but it really is a movie from back in our day. Hercules, Hercules. I'm a pony. I'm a pony. Only the cool kids know. Yeah, if you want to try to come in here, see if you can maybe eject them on the trailer. That'd be nice if they just go straight in there. Not have to move them over. May have to, I don't know. Oh, there they go. Yeah. So you can just make them loose on the trailer and they'll just fall right in there. Cool beans. Alright, we can do the same thing with the straw, I guess. Put those straw bales in there. Alright, cool. So what do we need? What do we need to buy? We need to buy land. I think we do need some land. And from this day forward, we never had to do contracts again. Let's see if they planted anything up here. I don't think they did. No, they didn't. All right, so let's buy that field for sure. Let's buy that field for sure. These are not that expensive up here, so getting into some of these other ones, they will be. What is that? Poppy. When do you harvest poppy? Okay, so poppy, you could do a double crop. Well, no, technically no. That would be... Well, you can harvest it in July and then replant it in September. So I guess that's a winter crop. Are all of these poppy then? I would say they are probably. So that's poppy. That's poppy. That is spinach. Still probably going to stay away from the spinach because to harvest spinach, you still have to have that other harvester. We don't have the ability to harvest that like we do the green beans. Spinach. Some sunflower down there. Some of these might be. Yeah, some of these are already harvested, so. Basically just the poppy fields there for now. Alright, what other land do we want? Or do we want to wait until we see what they plant, maybe? Maybe we wait. I will say there's some areas like this one. There's nothing to be planted here. There's just an empty lot there. And then grass and trees up there. That's 955. I'm going to get that one. It's right next to the fields we bought there. I think everything else I'm just going to hold off on. We got some grass fields down here. Alright, I think I'm going to hold off on the rest of that. Yep, there they go. That'll make it so much easier. We can bring straw bales in here. We can bring silage bales in here. If we ever decide to do hay bales, we can bring them here. But honestly, we can do the hay over there at the thing. But basically now we just need to do grass. We need to mow. We need to mow like there's no tomorrow. We need to mow. And then I guess if we do the silage, we'll just wrap the bales and make the silage that way. So we'll put the straw directly in here for bedding. And then hopefully with the manure heap we put out here, this is a Stevie manure heap. Need to see what all it takes to make. You know what? I can do this from the menu, can't I? Just gotta find it all. I can shut that down for now. Lime production. Manure mixer. So straw and slurry. Oh, we can make manure? With straw and slurry? Okay. I guess that kind of makes sense. If we're going to do mineral feed, we got to do barley, corn. Well, that needs a lot. Sunflowers, and then that one needs wheat, sorghum, and sunflowers. There's the pig food mixer. Wheat, soybeans, and potatoes. Spelt, corn, and carrots. Barley, corn, and sugar beet. barley, corn, and potatoes. Rye, corn, and parsnips. So there's no real easy way to make pig food. And I would say probably avoid like the parsnips and carrots and stuff. Let's see. To make seeds, we only need wheat and liquid fertilizer. That's not bad. Actually, wait. There's more than one way. Were those like dedicated seeds? I guess these are dedicated seeds. Because there's one that does soybeans, sorghum, spelt, oat, rye. Are these like dedicated or do they just... No, they just make seeds. So you can put... Okay, so I understand it now. You can put all this stuff in there. Your output is just seeds. Okay, that makes sense. So if you have all this extra stuff, you can put that in there. Cut sugar beets. TMR feed mix. Grass, straw, and silage. We don't really need this because we have the robot thing to keep them going, really. Alfalfa, hay, straw, silage. Alfalfa, straw, silage. I mean, we could get it running if we wanted to. Small underground slurry something. I don't know what that says. Basically gives you digestate if you want to go that route. And go back here to the top. So there's where we get the compost and methane. Oop, there's a save. So to get the compost and methane, you can do grass, straw, and manure. You can do alfalfa, straw, and manure. You can do hay, straw, and manure. Maybe this is where making our own manure might kind of help come in handy. And then alfalfa, straw, and manure. And then I'm assuming that the greenhouses... No, these are not the same. So these greenhouses take water, manure, and compost. So there's another custom large greenhouse. Oh, you can do carrots in the greenhouse? Spinach? Peas? Parsnips? You can do all that stuff. So you don't have to harvest this stuff. You can do potatoes in there too? So this is like a game changer. So this is like the in-game greenhouse right there. So then the next greenhouse down does all of that custom stuff. Spinach, red beet, potatoes, peas, parsnips, green beans, and carrots. I think the peas and green beans we might skip on that one because we can do those with the harvester now, and that'd be probably more efficient to do it that way. What is that? Grain drying system. All right, that's the dryer. That's where you can do all your dried stuff. Nothing different there other than you need compost for the mushrooms. And then we have the buffalo milk we can do. To do the homogenized milk, I guess that's how you say it. That is the fermenting silo. So we can make our silage. We can do that with alfalfa. We can do that with alfalfa hay, chaff. Ooh, this might... Hey, look, this might come in handy if we get the forage harvester and do corn or something. And then we can dump our chaff in here, and then we can dump our alfalfa and alfalfa hay in here, and then we can make a ton of silage this way. Maybe we don't have to wrap bales anymore. This might be the way more efficient way of doing things. All we really need is grass then, right? We can make the hay. You dump the grass in there, into the dryer, and that makes the hay. You dump the grass into the... Well, you can dump grass in here too. Chaff. And then the alfalfa stuff. So that's really all we need to do is make hay, right? We don't even have to really wrap the bales anymore. And that means that we can increase the size of the bales as well. Yeah, we just found a whole new way of doing things here. What is that? That is fertilizer production. So we need water and slurry to make liquid fertilizer. Hey, that makes a lot. Need 5,000 of slurry though, and 5,000 of water. We're gonna need more animals. More animals and more straw. What is that? That's okay. That's the grass dryer. So alfalfa and grass. I guess we need to buy some alfalfa fields. Are there any alfalfa fields already out there? That's grass. That's grass. Wait, what color is alfalfa? Light green. So maybe that right there? Nope. That's spinach. Spinach. I don't think there's any alfalfa. Spinach. Spinach. I'm not crazy, right? It's more like a lime green. I don't see any alfalfa fields. We may have to do our own alfalfa. I think it would probably make sense to get like a cluster of the fields around the farm for all that production stuff. So alfalfa, grass, and anything else we might need. It's not like we can't afford it. I hear an ambulance. Go out here and look at all these fields. So here's a grass field. So am I right? Is that like the only stuff that we really need then? As far as that type of production goes. We need grass and alfalfa, and then we take all that over there. We can make hay over there. We can make alfalfa hay over there. So we don't need to wrap silage bales. We don't need to put chaff in the bunker over here. We really don't even need this bunker then, right? Because if it goes in this silo up here, not that one, that's the dryer. That's the manure mixer. That's the pig food mixer. That is the TMR feed mixer. So this is the fermenting one, the second one over. like it holds quite a bit. So this is where we could make our own silage. Alfalfa, hay, chaff, and grass, and hay. Which, basically, you just pull the truck down here to the grass dryer, fill it up with hay, come back down to this one, and dump it into here. Do we even need this bunker back here? I guess if you wanted to do it the traditional way, you could do it that way. I don't know. We'll leave it there. We'll see when we start that production if it actually, like, fills this up back here. I don't know. I don't know how he's got that set up and how that'll work. Hey, look, you can walk in between here. I don't recommend it. You're going to get stuck. Nope, I can get through. Then we have this stuff in the front. Got the lime production, sugar beet, chopped mineral feed, solid fertilizer. Assuming that's a solid. Nope. How do I click on it? No, that's liquid. But you can do solid. So there's the liquid, water and slurry. For this one you need solid manure and digestate. And that one you need manure and slurry. So it'd be expensive to make either way if you do liquid or solid. It'd be kind of expensive to do. Digestate. Where do we get digestate at? Here's the seed production. This is pretty straightforward, yep. Do we have a production that does the digestate? I can't remember now. I've gone over so many. Does anything give us digestate? Save. Food. That's the seed production. TMR. There's compost. Wait. Okay, there's one. So this one, the underground slurry thing, can do. It can make the digestate. So we're going to need compost. Wait, that doesn't make sense. You need digestate to make digestate. That doesn't make sense. Somebody explain that one to me. If you want digestate, you put 1x of digestate in there, and then you get 1x of digestate back out. That does not make sense to me. Somebody help it. Something. My brain's not working or something. How does that work? It's just a storage area? But how do you get digestate then? Because the compost makes compost. Can you not make this stuff? So it's literally just like a storage area. So you would never need to activate these things. This is outgoing products though. It doesn't make digestate. So is that maybe what he had to do to create like a silo system for him? I don't know. That's weird. think it would be in the fermenting thing. Where's the fermenting thing at? Is this it? That's the compost mixing silo. That gives us the methane. Okay, there we go. Yeah, the fermenting silo. So that gives us silage and digestate with whatever you put in there. So here's what we need. We need alfalfa. And then we'll make our alfalfa hay here. We need chaff, grass, and then we'll put the hay in there from the production that we make here in the homestead. So basically, the only products in regards to this, in regards to making silage, in regards to making digestate, and then we have the dryers for both the grass and the alfalfa. The only thing we really need to pull out of the fields is alfalfa and grass and chaff. Does that sound about right? Sounds right to me. We're gonna need a lot of corn. Alright. Alright, where do we go from here though? What do we do? Let's buy more land, I guess. So we're gonna need some cornfields. Probably just wait on some of this. I have a feeling that the grass fields are just probably gonna stay grass fields. I don't think they will change. Why don't we sleep? See what goes on sale. We'll watch the equipment sales. We'll get to where they're planting stuff in the spring. Yep. Let's do it. Console finally got a log auto trailer. Yeah, I saw that the other day. I'll be honest with you, the PC auto load trailer, I had issues with it. I tried it out. It didn't really work that well. Hopefully the console one works better for you guys. Sales, two-wheel drive 40 series Deer, but I think I'm going to pass on that one. Going to February. Eventually we'll get into cotton and stuff. I don't know. We'll see what they plant. If they plant a huge field in cotton, we might get into cotton. Alright, so we're in February now. Nothing planted yet. You know, this is a 4X map, so we got to kind of wait until... wait until the stuff loads in, pretty much. Like there might be cotton right there. Yep. That's from last year though. Okay, there's a new cotton field right down there. There's a new one maybe over there. Yep. Not really big fields though. What's that? I got a huge field of red onions down there. I don't know if we want to... With that, they're still popping up, so they're still loading in, kind of. Hey, look, there's a rocking chair. That's kind of what I need for my front porch. I don't really want to do a porch swing. I've seen too many videos of people sitting on those, and they're probably just not installed right, or they exceed the weight limit. But they come crashing down. Yeah, I don't want to do that. A rocking chair would probably be better. Something just to put on the front porch. Okay, everything else, I think that looks... I don't think they're going to plant any huge fields of cotton. So, let's go another day. Check the sales again. There's a New Holland header over there. I think we'll hold off on all that. Okay, we're February 2nd now. Let's check the map again. I don't think it's going to change much right now. Really, the time is like April to get into stuff. If we do our own alfalfa, we'll need cedars, and I think we've got some stuff from Stevie in here that would probably work pretty good. Yeah, got this little cedar there. Thought I had more stuff. I think there is some more cedar stuff from Stevie that we might have to look at getting into. I need to go back through the folder again and see if I can find the stuff from Stevie. We do have one. It's not a huge one, but it'll do. It'll work. And then planters. I think I did put the planters in here. Yeah, we've got the ones from Stevie in here. So these are the high-speed ones. We've got a deer. Then we do have the Kinseys in here. Alright, let's go to February 3rd. Maybe. How are our animals doing? You know what I think? I never did feed the chickens. We were focused on the cows. So they've got plenty of they're surviving. They're at 100%. So chickens. Yeah, we need to give them something. Pigs are okay. Let's feed the chickens. I think we've got some wheat we can give them. Oh, the weather outside is frightful. Fire's so delightful. Since we've no place to go. Start the show, start the show, start the show. Oh man, there's the snow. Oh, that just loaded in like right there. It's like, hello. So much stuff in here. Go through. Can you feed spelt chickens? I know they eat wheat. Oh, you're good, Fuzzy. I'm gonna feed our chickens and then we're gonna sleep again. The snow just literally started coming down. Coming down. And it's, you know, it's all like yelling timber and stuff. They didn't take much. We must not have that many. I'll put the rest of this wheat back in there. Okay. Get that off right there. We'll sleep again. Ooh, boy, that's kind of sloshy sounding. Y'all hear that? That's some wet snow. Can't build a snowman out of that. Do you want to build a snowman? First saw that movie, my niece was watching it. She got real big on all the Frozen stuff. Alright, we're in February 3rd. Let's check the sales. Nothing on sale. Check the map one more time before we move along. We'll go into March. We might see some oats pop up in March. Alright, let's see. Ooh, what is that? Oh, is that an in-game one? There's an in-game Adar. That actually might come in handy. 51% off. That's not bad. We could have this be like the wood chip exclusive wood chipping tractor, and then maybe use it for some other things as well. Have it be like a utility kind of Adar. That must have been a save right there, man. That thing got kind of laggy for a second. It still kind of is. US Earth Power Edition. Oh, that puts the lightning bolt on the side. You know what? I've never bought that. I'm going to get that. I'm going to put the lightning bolt on the side. We'll do the 3-point, take the plate off. Not bad. 213,000, 214,000 really, for an 8R. I think so. Looks good to me. Okay, we'll leave this one for the Brooks chippers. Okay. Okay, we are in March. Let's go check the fields. Oh yeah, a lot of stuff's been planted. What do we got? Spinach. Potatoes maybe. Yep, potatoes. Poppy. Sunflower, probably. Yep. Red onion. Peas. There's some peas up there. Looks like more potatoes. None of these are oats. They're all poppies. Every time I think of poppies, I think back to the Wizard of Oz when they're running through the poppy field. All right, so there's some decent sized pea fields out there. All right, well, should we go ahead and go into March now? Let's go ahead and go into April. Why not? We'll just do it. See if they plant any beans or corn. There's a baler that we already have. All right, March 3rd. All right, here we go. Going into April. Need to take my coat off now. I'll change while the map loads in. While that loads in, don't really need any of that stuff. Back to my t-shirt. See if anything started loading in yet. Nope, not yet. It'll take a second. So I think we'll be safe to say we probably want to get a planter. A decent planter. So we don't own any planters or seeders yet. We'll get the good one by Stevie there. Well, them ambulances are rolling, man. I think 15 is the big one there. Okay. Then probably just for now, get the small Waterstad by Stevie there. Take the plate off of it. That way I think, yeah, this one only requires 240, so we could even hook the 6R up to this seeder if we wanted to. All right, let's check the map. What do we got? Carrots in that big field? Okay. What do we got here? There's some corn. There's some more corn. Those will be good. We got some onions there. Green beans there. More poppy. I think that was poppy too, wasn't it? I just have to go do some poppy. There was one of the production that takes poppies. I'd have to go back and look and see which one it was. Any more corn? I don't see any more corn. We're probably gonna have to plant some corn. Just saying. How much is that big field? $4.7 million. That's all our money. I don't know. I don't know about that. What's planted around the house here? Got some sunflowers there. There are some grass fields down in here. Got some more peas there. Peas there. I say we get this pea field. And then maybe this one. Got potatoes in that field, which harvest potatoes, we'd have to have the it's always just so tedious to harvest potatoes. That's why we typically stay away from them. Yeah, I'll go ahead and buy that field. I'll put some grass in there or something. We'll buy that grass field. Are any of these ready to harvest? That one's ready to harvest. So let's buy that one. That one is not. There's nothing in it. What about that one? That one's been cut. Doesn't really matter. I'll probably just go ahead and get them now. That way we have them. Did they put anything in that field? What did they put in that field? What is that? Oh, is that sorghum? That's sorghum. Let's get that one. Then we could plow these together with that at some point. So that's 1.5 million. That's a big one. Then probably these two cornfields up here. What we could do is maybe plant corn up there, and maybe they'll plant some late corn. Why do those look different? They almost look like different color. That is corn. And that is corn. So go ahead and buy those two. Alright, then I think we'll hold off on everything else for now. We can always come back and buy more. Alright, so I am going to take my first break. You guys keep watching here on Twitch. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you go over and follow us on Twitch. Twitch.tv/thegrainarcade. And then YouTube guys, we'll see you in the next one. Until the next time, remember you reap what you sow. It's Matt from the Grain Arcade. We'll see you later, YouTube.